we're on to week 14. We'll start with the Vikings-Lions, where the Vikings travel to the Motor City, where 11 a.m. Fox Lions, like Ethan said a little bit earlier, are a 1 point favorite. Lions need to win to keep them their playoff hopes alive. Vikings win, they clinch the division. T-shirt hat game, like I said. I think a thing that I talked about, with against the Jets and been a recurring theme is look for something to try to find some consistency in the run game, and then on the defensive side of the ball, the big key is getting pressure on Jared Goff, hitting him early and often. If you're able to do that, he's going to be rattled and he's going to be off kiltered. He's going to be hearing footsteps and he's going to throw it to the other team at least once not if it's not a perfect environment for him.
Well, and for me, guys, I'm looking at this to be the Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison game, just because that's what Vikings running backs do against the Lions. Dalvin was having that great rookie year, in his first game against the Lions in 17, and unfortunately tore his ACL. And then, at the game I was at last year, at US Bank Stadium, Dalvin couldn't go, but Madison stepped in with 100 yards and a touchdown. And, this would be a nice week against this Lions defense to really get that run game going, feeling polished and confident, going into this December stretch where, you shouldn't be playing for the division. You should be playing for, playoff seeding, playing for that 2 seed. So it'd be a nice week to get that running game going, for the Vikings to get confidence. Because like I said, when you're playing San Francisco and Dallas in January, you're going to need to run the ball. And like we saw it 2 weeks ago against Dallas, Vikings couldn't run the ball. Dallas could, and they got their ass kicked.
Yeah, I'll say they got to run the ball because it doesn't sound like Darrisaw's coming back anytime soon, and you're going to have Hutchinson going up against Brandel or whatever. I mean, who's been good, but Detroit can bring the pressure. So you're going to have to get that ball out quick or else Cousins is going to be in for a long day. So you run the ball, you have a better chance, I guess, at getting the ball out, but it's still not going to be an easy win at all.
No, and in Detroit, there's a little bit more of some excitement and enthusiasm around Ford Field that you've heard a lot of people talk about how it's a little bit louder than what it has been in years past. It sounds like they're selling out. They're getting ready to break attendance records at Ford Field. So it's going to be a raucous environment, Viking, and a good way to kind of control that is finding ways to run the ball effectively and efficiently and sticking with it and being consistent with it. Take the crowd out of the game.
Well, and to your point, Dylan, wasn't the Bills game the first sellout Ford Field's had in almost 3 years?
It was something. I want to say it was something, or it was their largest attendance they've had in 3 years or something.
Because I know
something similar, something like that. Yeah.
When the Eagles pulled up in week 1, I think they said it was 85% to 90% capacity. But that Bills game, it was a sellout and it was standing room only, which, like you said, Detroit hasn't had that in probably 5 years, 6 years.
It could have been, yeah. Well, they were not good the last few years, but but yeah, we'll see. That's 11 o'clock. It'll be interesting to see how that line changes. I wouldn't be surprised, depending on the money that comes in. I wouldn't be shocked if the Vikings end up being a favorite by the time kickoff starts. But